Good morning. We'll call the meeting to order for the Ashland Board of City Commissioners, and if you will rise, we'll ask Commissioner Good to do our invocation, and Mr. Wirtz, will you lead us in our pledge?
Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Holy Spirit, we once again invite you into our chambers and ask that you preside over our meeting today. Today we truly give thanks for our city and how you've blessed us in the past year. Today we give thanks for the opportunity to live in a safe, prosperous community. We give thanks for the many positive upgrades and improvements that we've been able to witness and be a part of. We give thanks for every director and every employee of our city, and we recognize the hard work they do day in and day out to make our community safe and where each citizen can enjoy a good quality of life. We give thanks for our citizens and every family that make up this city. We give thanks for this board of mayor and commissioners. Give us wisdom and discernment, and help us to realize we were elected to be servants to the people, to be the gatekeepers of our community, and that we were chosen to live and serve in such a time as this. But most of all, we give thanks for this Christmas season, where we can celebrate the birth of your Son and our Savior, Jesus Christ, who came to seek and to save that which was lost and offer salvation to all who believe. We pray in his name. Amen.
Amen. Let us stand and salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Goot and Mr. Wertz. Motion to receive and file the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any additions or corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, let's move into our hearings and reports. We'll start with you, Commissioner.
Well, I just want to welcome everybody here today to this meeting. I'll be brief. I just did want to mention an event tonight that's going to be held at the bus depot. It's Karaoke with Santa tonight at 6 p.m. It's free to the public for kindergarten through sixth graders. There will be pizza, karaoke, games, and bus rides around the park to see the lights. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Commissioner Renfro?
Thank you. Welcome to everybody. I'll be real quick also. A couple of weeks ago, some of you may have forgot, I have not, University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky played in a football game, the Governor's Cup, and
Is there some reason we're bringing this up?
yes, sir, I'll get to that. I know this hurts you bad, but top three running backs for University of Louisville were all out with various injuries, so they started their fourth-string running back,
Amen.
non-scholarship walk-on from Ashland, who earned most valuable player during the game, Braxton Jennings. So a little shout-out to Braxton.
That's very good.
Amen.
All right, Commissioner? Mark?
Come to the end of another year. Want to thank all our city staff and city employees for your outstanding performance during the year. We're very appreciative of everything you do. We appreciate the folks coming out to the meeting today and wish you all a happy holiday. Thank you.
Great. Commissioner Goot?
I just want to welcome everyone. My biggest Christmas gift this year was when Ryan Bonner and the Ashland Tomcats beat the Boyd County Lions the other night. And absolutely. But I'll let my prayer be my comments, and I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Great. You know, I'll just echo the Christmas wishes and hope that everybody can remain safe during the holidays, and we'll keep those in our prayers. Let's move on to our commissioners and city managers report.
Yes, sir. At this time, I'd like to ask Police Chief Todd Kelly to come up and give us a brief presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Greb. Mayor and Commissioners, a lot of positive things happening in the police department. I just want to pass along our thanks, and I will at the end in my comments. At a recent meeting, you as a board voted to continue funding our technology for officers. Law enforcement today requires different tools from the days of original policing concept by Sir Robert Peel, the days of foot patrol, interacting with the community, and so on, has taken another level. To increase the safety of our officers, citizens, and individuals, we must engage with The item of interest at the meeting was our purchase and payment of our less lethal tools, the energy weapon known as the Taser. A little lesson on the program. Beginning in 2014, after extensive research, the Ashland Police Department gained approval to take a step in protecting officers, citizens, and those physically arrested with an alternative use of force that was proven. Conducted energy weapons were selected even after implementing pepper spray. Having another tool in an officer's belt was needed to protect. In 2014, June that year, the Board of City Commission of Ashland approved in that budget for 14-15 the purchase of conducted energy weapons, which are commonly known as the brand name Taser. 49 were ordered and were purchased with holster, appropriate cartridges, and accessories to initiate the program. The same happened in 2024 when the time had come to replace those originally purchased devices. The company had discontinued technical support on the software updates for those devices, along with only carrying 2 cartridges. It was time to advance. The department over the last couple of years could have chosen to go straight to the next model, but we were not satisfied with that one. During extensive review, the newest model is called the Taser 10, which I'm wearing today. We've gained approval to purchase and take advantage of the newest technology that this device has to offer. That technology is an advanced weapon, and attached to the program is training using virtual reality and information that is crucial to use in protecting all of us. From that original $79,000 process and purchase in 14, we've gone to a more conventional method, which is yearly installments, which include replacements during the contract, necessary cartridge replacement, training updates, software updates, virtual reality training, and more efficient as a weapon. The weapon itself, which is the most important, assists in de-escalation of a situation. The Axon Taser 10 offers significant advancement over previous models, primarily in increased distance and range for the officer, accuracy, and the ability to deploy multiple targeted probes to de-escalate and resolve conflicts more safely and effectively. It's designed to be a more versatile, less lethal option for law enforcement, reducing the likelihood of escalation of lethal force. Key operational benefits, of course, I stated the extended range. It has a maximum of over 45 feet, nearly double that of the previous models, which was only about 10 or 15 feet. This gives the officers more time and distance to assess and de-escalate the situation, enhancing safety for both the officers and the subject. Where we only carried 2 cartridges, you only basically had 2 chances. This device now has multiple targeted probes, which is held in a magazine with 10 single cartridges, allowing officers to fire individual probes sequentially without reloading. This allows the user to choose probe placement and the angle based on the individual that maybe you're dealing with and how they're positioned. Which improves the chances of achieving an effective neuromuscular incapacitation connection, which is called an NMI, and providing backup shots if a probe misses or fails to connect because the suspect may move or resist. The improved accuracy and effectiveness of this device, the increased velocity of the probe, a lighter wire that goes out with it, and a daylight visible green laser targeting system that enhances the accuracy, even at longer distances. When multiple probes connect, the weapon automatically selects the best 2 or 3 NMI positions, improving the reliability of it. The enhanced de-escalation tools, which are very important to law enforcement today, it's the main factor in having these devices. The extended range, it features an audible and visual warning alert that can be activated to deter a subject before deploying any probes. This offers more opportunities for a peaceful resolution. Of course, the end goal is not to deploy those probes, it's to get voluntary compliance. The systems surrounding it and the usability of this new device, The data and accountability, which is very important. The device automatically logs all activity. The previous model did, but in a basic format. It uploads the data, the event logs, the firing logs, I know I'm talking a little above you here, but pulse graphs, and it keeps track of everything that it's doing. It knows how many of those probes are inside this device. It does self-checks, things of that nature. This supports the transparency, simplifies investigations, ensures accountability, and provides data for training purposes. It also has a simplified management program versus what we had before. It features automatic firmware updates, asset tracking, maintenance logs, helps agencies manage the devices efficiently. It keeps track of the probes that are inside of it, knows how many it's there, knows which one it's sent out, sends the data back to Axon, and they make those replacements as they're used. It also keeps track of anything that it needs to update, and this is done through the battery pack, and it goes on a dock station and goes through Axon's services to make sure the devices are updated every time they're charged. The durability, the device is built with enhanced weather resistant, certified to IP67, which is a lot of issues surrounding law enforcement for protection against dust and water inclusion. The device before was very rugged. This is even more ruggedized. The safety profile, which we saw this was extremely important as we're dealing with individuals with mental health issues, individuals that are maybe through excited brain injuries, things of that nature. This taser operates at a lower voltage, around 1,000 volts from the 50,000 that was originally designed in the first models. It cannot be used in a drive stun where it makes a direct contact. That was the reason to go with the extended distance. Drive stun is a direct contact with an individual with the end of this device. This device does not have that capability. The probes must penetrate the skin to work. This design minimizes the risk of unintended injury associated with pain compliance and ensures NMI can be achieved from a safe distance. We definitely want to increase that reactionary distance between an officer and an individual they're dealing with, that you can have more time to deal with whatever actions you may need to change in their response to their resistance. Included in this technology upgrade, Axon's virtual reality training provides law enforcement officers with an immersive, cost-effective, and flexible platform to practice critical skills, build confidence in real-world scenarios. It goes beyond traditional use of force training to include crucial de-escalation and community interaction scenarios. We have been through some of that so far in our certifications of the new device, and I can tell you right now it is well received. Legal has been over and viewed what we have, and it's absolutely the next level that as a law enforcement agency we need to be dealing with. And as scenarios continue to occur, it is included or adapted in those training as we get updates all the time. So we can go.
It was very informative, Chief, and appreciate you having us over. I just didn't know you were going to let Susan use me as a test dummy.
Well,
But
that was the one thing that from the previous time there was an option. Officers had the opportunity to experience that contact with that first device. I know that I went through it. I know Mr. Info went through it. I'm telling you, it's an experience. But under this circumstances, through virtual reality and the scenarios and you know, the nomenclature and how the device works, doing it virtually is a lot more efficient than potentially causing somebody an injury during that.
Obviously, an investment on the city's part, on the officer's part, and each citizen that we.
Yeah, it's
Quick question here,
Yeah.
Chief. The new ones don't have built-in cameras. I'm guessing that everybody that carries a taser has a body cam?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the virtual reality, the training is realistic, high stakes scenarios designed to replicate real life encounters and trigger authentic stress responses to the officers. The scenarios are developed with input from law enforcement and subject matter experts to ensure relevance and effectiveness. The biggest thing is community engagement training. The scenarios focus on developing empathy and communication skills for interacting with individuals in crisis, such as those experiencing mental health episodes, autism, Alzheimer's, dementia, or domestic violence situations. The verbal skills training side of this, using generative artificial intelligence, officers can engage in dynamic, unscripted conversations with virtual characters that adapt in real time based on the officer's tone and dialogue. This helps officers practice active listening and de-escalation techniques. The one thing is officers are very excited for especially the virtual reality side of this and what it is expanding and what we had already put in place as far as de-escalation and verbal communication and what they call verbal judo and how to deal with individuals in communication. But the main thing of all of this was we continue to keep in mind the safety of all of us with the use of these pieces of technology that you and all the previous boards and commissioners have given us. I, along with the members of the police department, thank you and our great finance department for financing this, because this is over a 5-year period, and backing to do our duties with the latest tools and keep our community and officers safe.
Significant tool.
That's a great report. Thank you, Chief.
Would you agree that in order to write a column in the Independent, you probably need to go through a little of the training?
Probably not a bad idea.
Okay. Thank you.
Amen.
All right, thanks, Chief. All right, let's move into our public participation. This is an opportunity for anyone who would like to address the commission of anything that's not on the agenda today. You would have that opportunity, and I believe FiveCo may have. I do. All right.
Mayor and Commissioners, thank you so much for allowing me just for a moment. We at FiveCo want to say thank you so much for your participation with us and support of us, and we are welcoming your comments, etc. But this plaque is from the FiveCo ad agency, and it says, member recognition presented to the City of Ashland in recognition of its partnership and collaboration in advancing regional development and improving the quality of life for the citizens of northeastern Kentucky, working together for a stronger region. And that's what we want to do. We just want to be a help to you, and I'm glad we're helping you with the wharf, et cetera.
We appreciate that recognition, and it's a vital part within our community to be able to participate in, with all the other counties and cities within the FiveCo region. But thank you, Tim, for that presentation. All right, any other would like to address the commission? Yes, sir. If you'll state your name and your address.
My name is Dwayne Howard, and I'm located at 312 52nd Street here in Ashland. And I just wanted to take a few minutes and say how much I appreciate all the work that goes into this town and the beautiful time of year, the decorations and the lights, and all those that have had a part in it. And I just really appreciate that. And our church is having our annual Christmas service on the 21st. It's the Sunday night before Christmas, and that'll be at 7 p.m. And I'd just like to invite the town out to that, and would love it if you guys could come. And then another thing I wanted to mention is how much I appreciate the fact that you all begin the city council meeting with prayer. And I really appreciate that personally. I think that faith is a very important part of a city and a part of government. And I've heard several people say that, they've come to me and told me that, well, prayer is kind of archaic and not a lot of towns begin their meetings with prayer. And to that I would respond with the fact that I think few towns are as blessed as Ashland, Kentucky is. I was not originally from Ashland. I've only lived here for about 3.5 years, and not from originally around this area at all. And I would say that Ashland is a very, very blessed city. It's a very safe city. It's a great place to raise a family. And I just want to say those things, and I appreciate each one of you, and I hope that everyone has a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Would you come up to the podium, sir?
Across America for a sick and terminally ill children's camp is why I'm out here. And she just told me to come on in and share with you. I was wanting to talk to you about what I was doing. I've been on your all's TV on national news. I do newspaper, radio, and TV interviews. And I got something I'm going to leave with you. It'll tell you all about what I'm doing and why. And I was just here. I was wanting to shut down for the day and see if I can find a place where I was able to set a tent up. I've been to over 800 city halls and police departments. That way you know who I am and what I'm doing, and I go from there. And that's just basically what I'm going to share. This is a camp where these kids, they get away from doctors, get away from hospitals, and just be kids for a change. And they go there and have a good time. This is camp that is run by the Petties of NASCAR. It's Kyle Petty's Victory Junction for any NASCAR fans. That's why I'm here. And I actually got gifts for, well, I'd like to hand all these out, but I got gifts for you all before we part company. But I was just told, come on in and share with you, and maybe somebody here might be able to help me with what I'm wanting to do, shut down. But thank you for letting me share.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you
Can
coming in.
I hand this off to somebody?
You can give it to our clerk.
You know what I tell people when I hand them that? Including way too many mayors and police chiefs to count. That makes a great basketball or starts a good fire.
All right, thank you, sir. Any others would like to address the commission? Hearing none, we'll move into our old business. Mr. Wheeler, item A.
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an amendment to the Employee Assistance Program Management Agreement between the City of Ashland and Ashland Hospital Corporation, DBA UK King's Daughters Medical Center, adopted by ordinance number 190, series of 2022, as previously amended by ordinance number 13 of 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item B.
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute a contract between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and BWC Trucking, Inc. for the purchase of gravel, stone, and sand for the Department of Public Services and the Department of Utilities.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item C.
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky adopting the Community Development Block Grant Citizen Participation Plan for the Department of Community and Economic Development Programs as required by the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item D,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to submit the City of Ashland's 2023 Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan Amendment 3 to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for approval and implementation.
second,
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed?
I abstain.
Item E,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, amending minority loan number 2025 M-001, documents originally adopted by ordinance number 18, series of 2025, to M&J's Rolling Cafe LLC in the amount of $50,000 to be paid from the Community Development Block Grant funds, and authorizing the mayor to execute the amended loan documents.
So moved.
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item F,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, authorizing and directing the mayor to submit the substantial amendment to the combined 2025 to 2029 Consolidated Plan and the 2025 Annual Action Plan for a Community Development Block Grant to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and upon acceptance of said plans from HUD, to execute on behalf of the City of Ashland an agreement with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to enable the city to undertake these activities and/or any and all other documents associated with the grant submittal.
So moved.
second,
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I abstain.
Item G,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, amending ordinance number 101, series of 1986, as previously amended, by amending Article 16 definitions to incorporate the definition and land use regulations related to fortune-telling services, and amending the table of permitted and conditional uses.
So moved.
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Item H,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, repealing Title 13 General Offenses, Chapter 130, Offenses Against Public Peace and Safety, Section 130.02, Fortune Telling, of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, and amending Title 11 Business Regulations, Chapter 119, Other Businesses, by adding Sections 119.70 and 119.71 regarding fortune telling to other business in the Code of Ordinances of the City of Ashland, Kentucky.
So moved.
first and a second, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Okay, item I,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, amending Section 3 of Ordinance Number 1, Series of 1967, previously amended by Ordinance Number 21, Series of 1968, which created a municipal planning commission by decreasing the number of planning commission members from 9 to 7.
So moved.
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Item J,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and AP3 LLC regarding operational control of the Paramount Arts Center for a period of 5 years beginning January 1, 2026, in the amount of $10,000 per month.
hearing no motion, this adoption will die. We will actually approach this in our new business. The contract had several different assurances that we added to it, so we'll move on. Item K,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, amending the rules and regulations for any special event occurring upon or within city property, streets, sidewalks, rights-of-way, and parks of the City of Ashland, to be known and commonly referred to as the special event ordinance, and repealing ordinance number 157, series of 2020, as previously amended by ordinance number 103, series of 2022, and ordinance number 178, series of 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item L.
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, amending Section 2 of Ordinance Number 80, Series of 2022, amending the language of the Entertainment Destination Center in the downtown of the City of Ashland.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Well, let's move into our consent agenda.
A resolution of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, adopting, authorizing, and approving the course of action presented by the city manager on the items appearing on the consent agenda for the regular meeting of the Board of City Commissioners of December 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Second? Discussion?
Yeah, item E. We get somebody to speak on that.
City Manager, would you want
Uh,
to, Michelle?
Michelle, if you want to, or I.
I think what she's going to discuss is the legal fees for the conference center.
I was on the original conference center since then inception. The city had an outside legal counsel, and this is the second bill that we've received. We were unaware of the amount of money that it was because we just received it about a week ago. It's $171,443.92. And then for
When were these?
calendar year 24 was 162,690. Calendar year 25 was 7,760. The amount paid to date previous to calendar year 24, they also had $68,000 in legal fees. So recent times, since January, the bill was 7,760, but we had no idea, the previous management and administration, how much they interacted with this attorney and the amount of legal fees that there was. It was kind of a surprise when we
Was that a
got it.
full-time position?
No,
The rate
it's
being that high?
it's $400 an hour, and it's any time that they obviously called, interacted, met with him. I was aware that he was at some of the conference center meetings, but I was unaware of the amount of the bill. They did a lot of research on, one of the things the research was whether we could use our utility money to pay for the conference center. There was a lot of research on the timing of the bonds that we issued for the Paramount and the conference center.
And I would point out, that's not research from the city.
No,
The city knew the answer to that.
The city finance department was very clear that utility fund money could not be used for the conference center. And even if they found a legal loophole that it could not, as a financial person for the city, it's a no, because we were investing, at the time, I thought it was 80 million in a sewer plant. And our ratepayers were to pay for the sewer plant, not the conference center.
But we don't know that someone in management didn't ask for that research to be done.
No, we do not. All I know is at the meetings, I was very clear that it could not be done.
I got you.
For this research, was there anything provided?
Not to the Department of Finance, no.
Can you talk about research on the utility thing?
Yeah, just research
Sure.
in general. And what information was provided for the service that they were paid for?
There was discussion, there was discussions about working towards a design development agreement and the final agreement with AP3 towards the conference center. There were negotiations that took place late last year about that. There were revisions. There was a construction lawyer that was actually very
Yeah.
informative, that was helpful in negotiating that and provided several terms, guarantees, and things that we're just not used to. We've never developed the conference center before. Those were helpful. What happened before that, I'm not certain.
And there was also a lot of, we issued the bond issue at a certain time where Mr. Grubb and I met with the financial advisor that works with the city on bond sales. They tried to change the date of the bond issue, and there's a lot of meetings with previous city manager and legal counsel. They actually met with our financial advisor, so there was a lot of fees there. But as Mr. Wheeler spoke, they did help us with the agreement also.
I guess this bill didn't have a line item or itemized.
It's a very detailed bill.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right.
They itemized everything that they did, the amount of time, whom they met with, a lot of phone calls from the previous city manager, a lot of meetings, questions. So it's
We don't
very
have any
itemized.
question on that.
No, I don't doubt that the city asked them these questions and met with them on them.
We owe the money.
We owe the money. I think we're financially obligated to pay the money.
Okay.
So a budget
Thank you.
adjustment will need to be done.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions? All right, so on our consent agenda, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, let's move into our new business. Mr. Wheeler, item A.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky Adopting the Housing Choice Voucher Program Payment Standards for the City of Ashland Community and Economic Development Department, Division of Assisted Housing, Section 8, effective January 1, 2026.
So moved.
Second? No second? All right,
Can I go back and second that?
yes,
Okay, second.
okay,
You want to
For
move?
discussion?
yeah, now we're open
I
for
think there's
discussion.
some discussion among staff, and I don't doubt either party's position on it, but I do think that it remains an unresolved issue within staff, and we need to be on the same page. If we're gonna meet again before the end of the year, and I think we're gonna have to give
Probably,
second reading to the Paramount
we'll probably
ordinance.
try to meet tomorrow, I mean,
I don't know that we'll have it resolved that quickly, but is it necessary that we have this done by January 1st, Chris?
January, at the end of January.
End of January? So we've got a little bit of time. Okay. Then I would move that it be tabled to the first meeting in January.
Okay.
okay, motion is gonna be tabled to the 1st of January.
First meeting in January.
Right, first meeting. So have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, all opposed? All right, tabled. Item B,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky Authorizing and Directing the Mayor to Execute an Agreement with Hope's Place, the subrecipient of $148,792 for roof replacement for the Community Development Block Grant."
So moved.
Second?
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item C,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky Authorizing and Directing the Mayor to Execute a Contract between the City of Ashland and Cosby Construction LLC for the Ferry Street and Pollard Road Sidewalk Project in the amount of $158,116 for the Department of Community and Economic Development to be paid from Community Development Block Grant funds."
So moved.
Second.
first and a second discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item D,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute Amendment Number 1 to the U.S. Department of Transportation Grant Agreement under the fiscal year 2022 Safe Streets and Roads for All, SS4A, grant program extending the contract duration by 8 consecutive months and naming the mayor as the official project representative.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item E.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky, amending Part 6 Benefits, A, Holidays, and C, Vacation Leave of the Policies and Procedures Compensation Plan and Classification Plan as adopted by Ordinance Number 51, Series of 2017, as previously amended.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Is this to bring the contractual obligations commensurate with the other city employee holiday benefits?
Yes, that is correct. Essentially, for the battalion chiefs, they would get their full vacation pay or allotment January the 1, and if they retired within that year, that vacation would be prorated. Previously, they were paid out, and this will address it in the personnel policy.
Deal.
Very good.
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right, thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item F.
A resolution of the City of Ashland, Kentucky approving and authorizing an assistance agreement between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority to provide up to $44 million of loan funds for project number A22-005. Just, and for clarifications, that's the sewer plant.
That's what?
The sewer plant project, I
Okay,
believe.
the wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item G.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and AP3 LLC regarding operating control of the Paramount Arts Center for a period of 5 years, beginning January 1, 2026, in the amount of $10,000 per month.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
And discussion, I think, you know, as mentioned earlier, we had a lot of insurances that we wanted to interject into our contract. But I think, Mr. Wheeler, you have some highlights of the contract that will be good for our audience.
Sure. Erica's pulling up the PowerPoint right now. Thank you, Erica. Really appreciate Dr. Boykin, the president of the Paramount Arts Center Board, Matt Hammond, and Rick Payne, who work in their educational staff. We've met, talked with all of them since the last meeting, which after that provided some clarity, and we're able to get some updated information about the community arts type programs that are being offered, scheduling. Actually, with Matt and Rick, I don't know if they're here, but really appreciate them. They went line by line, week by week with the mayor and I, so that we could have a clear understanding of what type of events are scheduled, lead times, things like that. So just kind of stepping through this PowerPoint, thanks, Erica, to kind of clarify how the operating account works. This proposes that the city fund the operating account with $322,500. This is based on VenueWorks' pro forma to provide the first 6 months of operational expenses. Keep in mind, this does not include revenue, so any revenue that goes in will just be kind of a bonus to help offset operational accounts.
And that money comes from where?
That money comes from, that's the next point, the interest on the $25 million state conference center appropriation. We have received all of those funds. Finance has invested those very wisely. And DLG has approved, Department of Local Government has approved use of those funds for tasks like this that are related to the conference center project. This initial funding is not a fee, it's not a profit or pay to any third party. That was something that the mayor asked me to make very clear. These funds are used to actually operate the theater, and out of those funds, AP3 and VenueWorks monthly fees are paid. So that comes out of the operating account. If you don't care, Eric can go to the next slide. Thank you. After the first 6 months, the city will deposit the monthly fee into the operating account. Any excess funds at quarter end are credited towards future deposits. So we'll only be paying the monthly fee into the operating account if there is a need in the operating account for that. If it provides sustainability on itself, which is the goal, then the city won't be paying. We will still be billed monthly, but we won't need to pay into the operating account.
And again, that money would come from interest paid on the bonds?
That's correct. Any future deposits, at least for the reasonable period, our position is that DOG's authorization on this continues, that those are related to the conference center and the conference center projects, they can continue. And AP3 has obviously already been approved by DOG to be part of the conference center project, so there shouldn't be any additional requirement for approval there. We will also be provided per the contract monthly financial statements due to the city by the 15th of each month. That's something that AP3 and Venue Works have been very willing and open to do. Skip one, going back, hold on, Erica. If the operating account is insufficient, we'll receive notice, and there's time requirements on one more. Oh, thank you. Go back forward, sorry. One more. Okay. So full operational services, including booking, ticketing, marketing, staffing, concessions, security, and maintenance. All employees of the facility will be Venue Works employees. They're not considered city employees. Go ahead, next one. Thank you. This is actually a part of the contract. I think it's in Exhibit A. It deals with employment and staffing. If you'll click one, Erica, it'll zoom in a little bit. This was a part of that contract that you heard Sam Howard reference in the work session that this commission had a couple weeks ago. Incumbent hourly employees working at the facility shall be offered the opportunity to continue in their positions as some contractor employees for a 60-day evaluation period. Go ahead to the next one, Erica. Community programming, this is the main reason why we're doing this as a first reading and letting the second reading lapse on the original draft. The reason is we obtained a lot of, like I said a minute ago, better and more detailed information from the Paramount. Dr. Boykin had a really good point when he reviewed Exhibit 3 about what happens if something were to occur in the future and the PAC Inc. is no longer in existence. And so there are sureties that AP3 and Venue Works must continue historic programming, local arts groups, educational programs, youth productions. They plan to engage PAC Inc. within 30 days as an advisory entity, or an alternate 501c3 will be formed where they can work with an existing. But under any circumstances, under Exhibit 3 of this contract, they have to work with the 501c3 to continue that community and educational type programming. That's in the contract. So if you'll go one more and click one, it'll zoom in a little bit so you can see really the detailed information. Now it says city and AP3 and subcontractor commit to working with an existing or to be formed 501c3 foundation to promote and coordinate activities as follows. That specific clause was added and modified slightly based on Dr. Boykin's recommendations, and we really appreciate that. And then it lists in the contract all the different types of events that are typically held. That's the information that we really got to learn from Matt Hammond and Rick Payne when they provided that information to us and went through the list. And then you also see in there Festival of Trees, Ashland Youth Ballet, the Youth Education Series, think Blippi Live, things like that have happened. And I think in the past there's been things like Traveling COSI. Keep that in your head. And other educational programs such as vocal lessons, art workshops, summer camps, all that is included. The next clause is a modification, slightly, just basically name change, of the exact same language we put in the extension for the Paramount to continue operating until the end of December. So that is the same language that the Paramount agreed to in their lease and their extension that we're asking that AP3 and Venue Works agree to. And then it also says that the city, AP3, and subcontractor agree that in 30 days, they'll either engage with PAC Inc. or another 501c3 to become an advisory board of the subcontractor. Very hopeful that it'll be PAC Inc., Venue Works, and Dr. Boykin spent about an hour and a half with each other last night at the theater. I feel like it was a very good conversation and hope they're off to a good start. There may be one more, Erica. Some of the specifics that we talked about when we went through this with Matt Hammond and Rick Payne, Paramount Players, so they do 4 main stage shows per year, 2 junior shows, summer camp, and workshops. Paramount Players will, for the reason at this point we see they can't continue to use the rehearsal hall for voice lessons. They'll just continue with the bucket building, and they'll continue the current practice. Their current practice has been to relocate whenever the theater is built or shut, so they'll continue that. Ashland Regional Dance Theater, LA, has Christmas and spring shows. Ashland Band, Boyd County Band, Russell, they have an orchestra. They have Christmas and spring shows. The Youth Education Series, and you can expect to see ACT graduation continue. I think that was at the end of it. So those are the main highlights. I hope that clarifies a lot of the points that have been asked of us as to how are you going to. The question that I heard that really stuck out to me in the last meeting was the how. Like, what's the how are you going to protect these? And really, it's very similar to how we had agreed with the Paramount to protect those and their extension, and basically we just broadened that and expanded upon it to have more detailed information in this version of the contract.
Yes, ma'am.
First, I want to say thank you to the City Commission, AP3, for looking more into the community-based activities that we're doing at Paramount and willing to work with us. Also, thank you for agreeing to the 60-day extension for the staff. I do understand that does not include the executive director role, nor does it include the retainment of any mission-based staff. So after 60 days, I do understand there won't be any mission-based roles retained by VenueWorks, which kind of leads back into the how. I think we're getting there, we're working on it, but we heard last week during a conversation with VenueWorks that we would be renting the facility for any performances. Now, it is a reduced rental rate for any performances, as well as using the other spaces within Paramount for vocal lessons and things like that you mentioned. But also, we had discussed in the beginning, and Mayor, I believe you said that it was a good idea. About that is, we heard on December 1st, this is a PAC Inc. problem. It's not. It's a community problem. And we have to do something about this to be able to continue offering the Youth Education Series, Festival of Trees and Trains, the Paramount Players. We're getting there, but the how has not been resolved. And so I encourage you to keep having these discussions and moving forward so we can continue doing this important work in the community.
Thank you. Any other
Do we want to hear from
comments?
VenueWorks or AP3?
would you like to make any comments?
Certainly. At least
Yes,
do
sir.
an introduction.
If you'll state your name,
Sure.
who you're with.
HR Cook, I'm Regional Vice President for VenueWorks, and I thank you very much for allowing us to come into your community and explore the opportunity of operating the theater. I have with me Chris Carton, our Vice President of Food and Beverage, and we did have a wonderful tour last night and talked to Dr. Boykin at great detail about the history and the possibilities in the future. To give you a little bit of history, VenueWorks, as a management company, we have close now to 30 accounts in over 52 venues across the United States. You will not find us in cities like Houston or in downtown Chicago or Nashville. We are in communities like Ashland, Paducah. We are in Pelham, Alabama. We are in suburbs. We specialize in smaller communities and smaller theaters. We operate similar to the larger companies like a ASM or an Oakview Group. We have our headquarters in Ames that handles the financial aspect. All the financials for all of our venues float to the top of into the main office. We have our own booking division that books our venues for various ticketed shows. But more importantly, what we do is we come into a community, and we don't come into a community and try to turn things upside down. We come into a community and try to become part of that community. And in watching some of the broadcasts and talking to a lot of the community members that are concerned regarding outside entities coming in and turning the Paramount into just a concert venue is completely false. Because if we don't take care of the community needs, the youth programming, and exposing the youth to art, those are our ticket buyers in 10 to 15 years. And if we don't continue that mission, that is not a good business model for us. Our founder and current CEO, Steve Peters, is started out in theater. His first venue that he managed was a rap and rap theater, similar to yours, in Dubuque, Iowa, and since then has grown the business into what he is today. We are an employee-owned company. We do not have any shareholders other than the employees. So he has taken this company and sold it back to the employees. So any employees of the Ashland, the Performing Arts Center, are employees of VenueWorks, but also the owners of the company. So it's important that we realize that how we succeed is how the company succeeds itself. So we do have some steps to take regarding the board and how we get to the programming, but you can be assured that not only will we continue the mission of the Performing Arts Center and the board, but continue the mission of the community and any future morphing that happens downtown, because we also have a conference center coming also. So we're going to have to expand and be creative and bring in new events, but we also have to take care of the core. But we're very honored more than anything else about the opportunity to come into Ashland. And when we came in and we saw again, I'll mention it too, the musical instruments and the arts of your city logo, but yet an attachment to the history of where coal meets the steel that I saw on the police chief's shoulder. And you have to take care of the past, but you have to look at the future. And we're here to talk to the community, to listen. We employ locally. We will be looking for an executive director, of course, but in 60 days, we want to listen to as many people and listen to the employees as much as possible without changing anything, but expanding, kind of like putting a little cream on top of the coffee. So I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. We're an incredibly transparent company, and I'm here for you.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Any questions, gentlemen?
How many visits have you made to Ashland, Mr. Cook?
I'm sorry?
How many visits have you made to Ashland?
This will be my 5th visit to Ashland. The first was an exploratory with the previous administration. At that time, it was not in the cards. We were then called back, and I've come on my own and done some walkthrough and talked to what I do is I come in and I go to the restaurants and I talk to people and ask questions and almost secret shop the community to make sure that it's going to be a good fit for everyone. So 4 or 5. This will be my 5th visit. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
And as regional vice president, I have the venues east of the Mississippi and Iowa. I'm located in Dubuque, Iowa. So I make at least 4 visits a year to the venue. You'll see my face a lot as we start up in January, because VenueWorks has a standard operating procedure. You know, we have SOPs for operating and maintenance and ticket taking and customer service. And I'm not saying that the current staff at the Paramount does not have that. We just want to make sure that it all falls in line, because if we don't have customer service, then we don't have customers. So that is my assurance that I will take care of the contract. And Chris, Mr. Carton here, food and beverage. Our company realizes that you can't gouge people on ticket sales. You can't gouge them on trying to make revenue off of food and beverage. You can't just jack your beer prices to $15 like you can in the larger cities, but you can offer different products that they want. You can offer different packaging. There's partnerships that are involved with food and beverage, whether it be a pouring rights of whether soft drink or beer, or Frito-Lay. We have a lot of partnerships, and that's what our corporation brings to the table, is this mass buying capacity, being able to purchase a little bit cheaper, but also offering the packaging to that. And so you'll have not only our entertainment division, which will start to book shows in the building, probably 3-4 a year, that we'll do at the cost of VenueWorks, at no risk to the city or P3. But then we also go to Nashville, we go to New York, we go to Miami, we go to Chicago. We're talking to agents, promoters across the United States about Ashland is open for business. So we don't see a problem in attracting the acts, because it has a great reputation. We've already been approached by several promoters that have asked if we're coming into Ashland because they've done business here before. So they're looking to return.
Excellent. Any other questions?
Well, I would like to say that many of us have lived through the 53 years of operation of the Paramount, and we would be remiss if we did not recognize the many volunteers, the staff, the boards that have worked so hard to make that operation work through the years. But we recognize the changing demographic situation we're in terms of loss of major employers, the changing times that make this move necessary. And we appreciate the interest that VenueWorks is showing. We thank Ms. Canfield and her staff, the board, and we hope that this relationship will continue through successful years forward.
Absolutely, thank you. And we concur with that. We hope to keep the volunteers. Volunteers are the lifeblood of the center, so we want to make sure. Again, all we do is we provide the tools into the toolbox for the employees and give guidance where it's needed. But it's really run locally. I mean, it's if you don't know what's going on locally, we can't operate from the glass tower, so to speak. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your comments.
Thank you very much.
Well said. Any other questions? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right. I think we need to move into an executive session.
Yes, we, if possible, Mayor, for property acquisition and potential litigation.
Okay. For those that will probably leave, we'll probably come back tomorrow for
What do you, recess till
Recess
in the
the
morning
meeting.
sometime? What are we gonna do? What do you do,
we can
TJ?
talk about it now.
Yeah, either timing's not an issue for me.
Okay. 9, 10,
9 o'clock,
9 o'clock?
9 or 10.
We may need to shovel our driveways to get here, but
Yeah, that might be tough.
9 o'clock? Okay, so we'll recess for 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
we'll make that
After
motion.
we come out of executive.
Yeah, after we go together. All right,
I'll make the motion to go into executive session for
Second.
those items.
second. All right. We're back in session, and no action was taken. So, let's see, without any, let me make another one, and we can do this later if we want. I'm still thinking about increasing our parking to 3 hours, so three-hour parking. I know we need to tweak it, our parking a little bit, maybe do that now, and then after the
Why don't we
first
call
year.
Josh Glenn, maybe he can give us some advice about it. Never mind.
Okay. Well, we can do that tomorrow if you guys would like, and I'll,
I agree,
Yeah.
especially for the rest of the holiday season.
right, okay, we'll do that tomorrow.
That's a good point.
What was the point?
The holiday season.
Holiday season.
Oh, yeah, true. We'll get that done tomorrow. All right, so we're,
So, real quick, I'd like to make the motion that we recessed till tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Right.
But I'd also like to recess in the memory of Okie Wiley.
Yeah.
Just recently passed away. He was 100 years old. He was about to turn 101. And I think right after we took office, we were able to give him a proclamation for his 100th birthday. So
Right.
he recently passed. So we want to pray for his family and his loved ones and friends. So, but I'll make the motion that we adjourn, or we recess till tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Second.
all right, we are recessed.